What's going on, everybody? Thank you all for joining me today. If you haven't already, please make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel, and most importantly, please follow me on Telegram at TD Media Group to help circumvent social media censorship and shadow banning. And with the introduction out of the way, let's get into today's news. And today we have to discuss this video that was released on the official DNC Twitter page of Kamala Harris. It's a 30-second clip of a greater 10 to 15 minute clip that she released on her actual YouTube channel, in which she engaged in a Zoom call with Tim Walz and one other woman, in which they were simply thanking their supporters for all of their love, help, and support for her losing effort against Donald Trump. Now, the DNC took a 30-second piece from that 15-minute conversation, and this is arguably one of the worst parts of the discussion. And you can't tell me that they're not intentionally trying to make her look bad, because she looks and sounds intoxicated. She looks and sounds like your drunk aunt at the Thanksgiving party that's giving you life advice and giving you a pep talk. So let's get into it right now. I want to play this video for you quickly, and then we're going to get into some reactions.
Just have to remind you, don't you ever let anybody take your power from you. You have the same power that you did before November 5th. And you have the same purpose that you did. And you have the same ability to engage and inspire. So don't ever let anybody or any circumstance take your power from you.
I don't know whose drunk aunt this is. Somebody get their drunk aunt and get her off the camera. Get her off camera. Why did you publish this online? This is crazy.
Never let anybody take your power from you. You have the same power that you did before November 5th. And you have the same purpose that you did.
Once again, you cannot tell me that the DNC does not despise this woman. No one can convince me of that they are not intentionally at this point trying to make her look bad, because there is talk and conversation surrounding her possibly giving it another go in 2028. There's polling that came out that recently showed that she's leading all other Democrat hopefuls as far as who is the favorite to run for president and get the nominee for the Democrat Party in 2028. I think she was number one with 40% of the vote. And then right beneath her in a distant second place is Gavin Newsom, the governor of California. So I think what they're doing is that they're trying to make sure that they impart in the minds of the people that she is not the one. Okay, she is not the one. You even see people out here like Meghan McCain, who was beside herself and said, shame on her staff for releasing this. This is embarrassing. Also, why would you let her be filmed in this state? Now, some of you might be watching this and you're saying, oh, come on, TD, that's really not as bad as you're saying that it is. Okay, well, then let's listen to this here.
So much to me and to Governor Walz that you knocked on doors, you called friends, you called in favors. You said, hey, I showed up at your softball game. Now I need you to show up at the campaign office.
You show up at the softball game, and I don't even know what she said. What is she talking about right now?
You put in the time. It was personal for you. Because of your efforts, get this, we raised an historic $1.4 billion, almost $1.5 billion. The work must continue.
The work must continue.
Work must continue of reminding ourselves that we have an ability to stay engaged in a way that will make a difference. The work that you all did, it's going to have lasting effect. The election didn't turn out like we wanted it to. Certainly not as we planned for it to. And I know this is an uncertain time. I'm clear-eyed about that.
You are not clear-eyed right now. You are droopy-eyed and look like you've had a little bit too much to drink.
And I know this is an uncertain time. I'm clear-eyed about that. I know you're clear-eyed about it. And it feels heavy.
It definitely feels heavy when you've had one too many drinks.
And I just have to remind you, don't you ever let anybody take your power from you. You have the same power that you did before November 5th. And on this practical eve of Thanksgiving, I wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving with the ability and to find the ability at this moment to take a moment.
You know, when you're drunk, and I haven't been drunk in years, I stopped drinking a long time ago, but you know, when you're drunk and you're desperately trying to look like you're not drunk, you're desperately trying to keep it together and have a conversation with somebody and look as sober as possible. That's this look right here. That's what this looked like. That's what this looks like that we were just looking at. Let me rewind it back just a little bit. Oh my goodness. Trump ruined this woman. Trump ruined her.
Before November 5th. And on this practical eve of Thanksgiving, I wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving with the ability and to find the ability at this moment to take a moment and just reflect on all the good you have done.
Lord have mercy. I want to go back to the Meghan McCain tweet once again, right? I want to go back to the Meghan McCain tweet because it's one thing for the DNC to have thrown her under the bus, you know, and to put that clip out there. And, you know, the greater, 10 to 15 minute clip that she has on her personal YouTube page, Kamala Harris, of the Zoom call, it doesn't do her much better, right? It doesn't look that much better than what we saw right now. But when you come back to Meghan McCain and what she said here, and I'll zoom in so you can see it bigger. When she said, shame on her staff for releasing this. This is embarrassing. Also, why would they let her be filmed in this state? What this is 100% on Kamala Harris. Because number one, what Meghan McCain is saying, I get it. Shame on her staff for releasing this. Because her staff, and as well as the DNC, they understand optics. They understand how she looks. They understand and know the talk and the chatter that happens around Kamala Harris online about her being an alleged alcoholic and a drunk, somebody who engages in drinking too much wine all the time. They know and understand this. If someone like myself with a tiny YouTube channel understands this about me and the public perception of me, right, TD, then they understand this as well as it concerns the Vice President of the United States. They understand how people perceive her to be, as well as just optics. She looks horrible. Once again, I'll bring it back to me. Someone as small as me, that not too many people listen to, right? But enough do, compared to who's listening to Kamala Harris. Even me, I make sure, is my hat crooked? Okay, my glasses are on straight, lotion, chapstick, okay, on my hands. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. What's going on, everybody? Thank you all for joining me today. If you haven't already, you get what I'm saying. Like you understand these things. Having her on camera looking disheveled, just looking crazy. Her staff letting this go through just goes to show, number one, how much her staff doesn't like her. But even more so, number two, where you can't even put it that much on the staff, it goes to show how many yes men and women are surrounding her. Once again, over the course of the years, we have discussed and gone through numerous articles that talked about the revolving door of staffers that come in and out of Harris's office. She can't keep anybody on the staff. Her team despises her because she's not a good person. She's a very mean and nasty person, just like Marianne Williamson is known for being a very mean and nasty person who you cannot correct and you cannot critique. They don't accept it. And Kamala Harris has ran any and everybody away as it pertains to her inner circle, not the DNC as a whole, but her own personal inner circle. She has ran any and everybody away that could possibly give her any type of sound advice. So Kamala Harris is going to do what Kamala Harris wants to do. And that's what you're seeing right here. So once again, I get what, Meghan McCain is saying. How could her staff do this? How could they have released this video? How could they let her be recorded in this state looking and sounding like this? Because once again, we all know and understand what the internet's going to do with this. And it went out anyways. Well, that's because nobody can tell Kamala Harris anything. She did this to herself, just like she destroyed her own campaign. And that's why she lost in a landslide to Donald Trump. And with all that being said, that does it for today's news. So thank you all for joining me today. Subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel. Share this video out on your social media platforms. And also, once again, don't forget to follow me on Telegram and Rumble at TD Media Group. The link to my Rumble and Telegram is in the description box below and pinned in the comment section as well. Thank you all for your time. And until the next video, peace and have a great afternoon.